computer. All right, everybody. Hello, welcome. So this topic today is Teen Talks COVID-19 with United Cambodian Community. And so what we're going to do is have some introduction with who's here. And we're going to talk about teens' perspective about with COVID-19 and then resources for you all to find out more information to either get tested or to get the vaccine here in Long Beach and LA County. Okay, so my name is Sayan. I'm here with United Cambodian Community. That's my connection. And my favorite season, I want to say winter, but it's a little bit, I love it, but I just can't bear too much cold. You know, I love the snow, but I guess I like that short period, but I really prefer the summertime. And I'm gonna popcorn just to my right screen here, Sotinat.
Hi, my name is Chiv. I'm an intern at UCC, and my favorite season would be spring because it's a good midpoint between the cold winter and the hot summer.
Yeah, if you could popcorn another person.
I'll popcorn it to Ronnie.
What's up, everyone? Ronnie here, one of the Living Arts program coordinators. I would say that I like winter the most because of everything that comes with it. Holidays, hot chocolate, and I get to layer up. I'm really into wearing layers, so that's kind of why I like it. I'll popcorn lemon.
All right. Hi, I'm Lemon Encarnacion. My connection is through the Long Beach Living Arts Collective, and my favorite season is fall because I just really like the colors, and my favorite holidays are like in fall time, and my birthday's in fall too. So yeah, I'll popcorn it to Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm an intern at UCC. And my favorite season is winter because it's super cold and I hate the heat. I'll popcorn to Jamie.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. My name is Jamie. I am a program coordinator here for the Youth Workforce Development Program at UCC. And then my favorite season will probably also be fall or autumn. For the same reasons, I love the colors, especially with the different colors for the trees or the leaves. And then also just the weather-wise, it's like not too hot, but not too cold yet. So it's like the perfect in between. I'm gonna pass it on over to Savannah.
Hi, my name is Savannah and I'm an intern at UCC. My favorite season would also have to be winter because I love the cold and layering up, also wearing hoodies a lot. So you can't really do that in the summertime because it's way too hot. So that's one reason why I love the winter. And then also there's Christmas. I'll popcorn to, sorry if I mispronounce your name, Adiel. Sorry, I mispronounced it.
I'm Adalia. I'm connected to UCC through the Arts Collective, and my favorite season is spring because of all the flowers.
And can you popcorn Sachin or Caitlin? Oh wait, Caitlin already went. Sachin, you're up.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sachin. I'm a returning volunteer for United Cambodian Community, and my favorite season is probably just summer because of the time off I have from like normal activities that I have to do the rest of the year, and it's relaxing.
It's nice to see you again, Sachin. You keep growing every time I see you. It's like a different person.
Yeah, the long hair and whatnot.
You have long hair too. Oh my goodness. So Ronnie, do you want to do the questionnaire yet, or is that?
Sure. So I made I made a Google form. It's just 10 super simple, kind of subjective questions about how everyone's mind frame has been for the last year and a half. I'm going to post the link in the chat. So if everyone, if you want to turn off your cameras and click on the link and then answer the 10 questions, it's anonymous. So feel free to answer however you'd like. I feel like it would probably take me like 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll check back in 10 minutes, but please go ahead and fill this out. It's mainly for reporting, but nothing will be publicized or anything like
Oh,
that.
with that part, if it's going to take that long, can we do it in the end? So then that way we can stop the recording? Is that,
Sure.
yeah, it's just, sorry, I just don't want to interrupt the rhythm of the discussion. So
Okay.
we'll stop the recording, and that way you can take your time responding to those, okay? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Sorry about that. Okay, so thank you again for being here and sharing all those icebreakers. So there was some update with the mayor of Long Beach that 71% of adults up to date has been vaccinated here in Long Beach. So what we're trying to do is to get perhaps teens vaccinated more, just to get that number up. And as you all know, or may not know, that there's a Delta variant out there, and it's actually more contagious. But we're trying to get folks to, and there is a mask mandate right now, whether you've been vaccinated or not, and indoor or outdoor, just to wear masks, and also to keep your distancing and washing your hand and taking those safety precautions. Some of the questions are, well, let's just go around the room. So what is your perception as a teen around COVID-19 right now? Like, what have you heard? I see Caitlin's hand up.
A lot of things I heard about COVID is like a huge misconception about the vaccine. Like, people would think as soon as they get the vaccine, they're immune against COVID, where it's really just as soon as you get the vaccine, you just won't like die from COVID. So it just like reduces the hospitalization, not the infection rates.
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you too. Your voice was going in and out. You were saying like the misconception about COVID-19, when people get it, they think they may just die.
I was saying that when people get the COVID vaccine, they think they're like immune to COVID, where it's more of you just won't go to the hospital and like possibly die from COVID.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, it helps protect you, that's for sure. But it also you can still be asymptomatic and then not have, you can when you're out with your family, there's also different ways of the virus that can, for example, if you're out, you're still vaccinated, you've been vaccinated, if you're touching objects like doorknobs and things like that, you can still carry that on your person, right? So Jamie, if you want to jump in with these, welcome to.
All right, yeah. So welcome everybody to the talk about COVID-19 amongst teens. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of follow up with what Caitlin said. And then there's that misconception about how like people think they are fully protected, but it is just mostly, it makes your body easier to fight against COVID in general. Once you are vaccinated, especially with the new Delta variant. With the Delta variant, like people who are vaccinated are still able to get COVID-19, but it's just that once you are vaccinated, your body is better fit to fight against COVID so that you don't end up in the hospital. So the symptoms that you get are less severe, which is why it is important for us to continue to kind of encourage vaccinations within our community. Seon, do you want me to go ahead and ask the questions?
Sure.
Okay. So since we have been going through the pandemic for about a year and a half now. So I just wanted to pose the question, how has the pandemic and COVID kind of affect like your family dynamic as like we are kind of navigating through this all together? Would anybody like to share? And I see Lemon.
I think we can all agree that it was really hard, especially like just not like seeing our families, especially like during, holidays and things like that. So yeah, that was really not fun. And I think even though we have like Zoom calls and like, video chats, it's still hard to, stay close and keep contact with your family. Like I feel like I've definitely lost touch with a couple of family members, and there was a time where I just stopped talking to a family member completely who I was originally really close to. So yeah, I think it broke a lot of like friends and family apart.
All right, thanks Lemon for sharing. Yeah, it's definitely pretty tough when that happens, like, especially like since we are so used to being connected to people in person, and we kind of had to like shift that into a different direction with like not being able to see each other in person and kind of having to do things virtually. But when you do it virtually, it's just not quite the same. I'm gonna pass it back on to Seon.
Thanks. The anyone else want to add to Jamie's question?
Sure, I'll share.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I think with my family, so we all live in like different states. And then we would like, randomly like all get together, whether it be for a birthday or graduation. But I noticed, like, especially with today, like I'm always on my phone. So like even when I would hang out with them, I would kind of be like mindless about it. Uh, and ever since the pandemic hit, we haven't seen each other, but our communication has been more active. So like I feel that now we're just a lot more mindful about the way we communicate. And even if we weren't seeing each other, like our communication was a lot stronger than it was, prior to the pandemic. So I feel that even though we're not physically close, I think emotionally and psychologically we've become a lot closer. And if I could popcorn somebody, Savannah.
That's putting her on the spot.
No, it's okay. Well, family-wise, I live with my grandparents, so they're the two individuals that I talk the most with, especially during COVID, since most of our family lives here in California, but my aunts live in Hawthorne, and we're used to going over there like every Saturday before COVID and spending time with everybody. But since COVID, my family members have been working harder to be able to sustain themselves and their families, so I haven't been able to see them as often. And then also, since my grandparents are elderly, my family has been, like keeping their distance because they want to make sure that my grandparents are safe and that they don't get sick. So things have been kind of lonelier more than usual.
Yeah, thanks for that, Savannah. So just to go back to the to my first question about teens' perception around COVID-19, what else have you heard within either your circles or within your family, or perhaps some of the social media that you have been watching? So we're just trying to kind of get a lot of this talk from your perspective. Savannah, yes.
So some stuff that I've heard, because my grandparents, they like to hear a lot of videos, and sometimes, they're unreliable resources that they hear. So before we all got the vaccine, they used to think that when you got the vaccine, that the government was like putting a chip inside of you, and that was how they were gonna control you and stuff like that, or that when you got the vaccine, you were gonna feel really sick. And um, it's not true, obviously, because if that was true, then there would have been, a lot of people talking about that. And it's actually not bad when you get the vaccine. It's actually just like if you were to get the flu shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of worries out there that people have either just misinformation, um, and they just grab onto that. Like, I mean, I was also a victim of that too when somebody shared a video of one of the nurse that was collapsing and that she had died um, from COVID vaccine shot. And then, but it wasn't like she was dead. It was just the message that was associated with that video that said, but she recovered. She just fainted. You know, sometimes when you're tired and you, you, the interaction with it, or you know, and then the context of it was she was in front of people um, with the media and everything. So maybe the pressure of that just kind of made her faint. But she did not die from that. So Lemon, do you want to? Yes, your hand up.
Yeah. So for me with like my family, I had like a couple of family members who didn't want to get the shot. Luckily they did, but their reasons for like not getting the shot were like what are the long-term effects of getting the shot? And my thing was always like, you won't get a vaccine, but you'll put other stuff in your body that's probably bad for you. And so, but you won't get this vaccine that has been like proven that it's like it's gonna help you survive the and it's but it also makes me mad because it's the people that need the vaccine because the vaccine is for people that are, you know, more immune to it and like have like an illness or something like that. But those same people are the people who don't want to get the vaccine. So there's that. And I also don't think that people realize that it's not about them. You're not getting the vaccine. Like obviously you're getting it for yourself, but like it's not about you. You're doing it to protect the other people around you as well.
Great point. I was going to add something and then I just lost it. So once it comes back to me, I'll chime in again. Um, anyone else? Sachin, what have you heard in within your circle of friends or your family around this?
I think over time, certainly, obviously COVID-19 was a big stressor for my friends and especially my family members. For the first year and a half or so, I live with my grandparents, so I always had to, and they both have like type 2 diabetes, so I always had to like be on edge the whole time. But I noticed that even within friends or friends of family, a lot of so against wearing a mask or so against the idea of just following any basic protocol. Once vaccines started getting distributed and the government or whatever, basic CDC protocol saying, oh, you have to wear a mask if you're not doing this or that, then they sort of switched to just, oh, I'll wear a mask, but I'm not going to get the vaccine. I know a couple of people like this. And I guess that's progress in a way that they're at least keeping themselves safe. But then there was a friend of my friend of a family that he was initially anti-mask and then he became like an anti-vax type that was just like, oh, I won't oblige by any of this. And then when he got the vaccine, he brought that same energy to other people that didn't have the vaccine. And so he sort of switched up. I found that interesting that a lot of the people that are anti-vax really just either are getting fed the wrong information or they're just kind of going by their instincts. And once they get pushed to do something, it's not, or once they get pushed to take the vaccine or get pushed to follow basic protocol, they generally don't actually like fight back or stay bitter about the whole thing. And once they realize that they didn't, get sick or get a microchip installed, whatever nonsense, right? They tend to mellow out and be more safe with this whole CDC protocol. And I think that should be probably put more in the forefront. Those people that have had that experience probably are more important to hear their story on that. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely getting more information or the correct information just to instead of because a lot of times we all feel like, oh wait, we're being told what to do, and then we have to isolate and then we have to wear a mask and sometimes that's that is uncomfortable um and I think the definitely at least for me I feel like safety and concern for my loved ones and my friends um and for me I would just feel horrible if I infected somebody and not know it and so, but the definitely, Sachin, you mentioned you live with your grandparents, and if they have pre-existing condition, if they are going to get vaccinated, this is across the board here. Just make sure you all check with your doctor, just to make sure you're okay getting the vaccine, whether it's the Johnson and Johnson, which is just one dose, um, the Moderna, or the Pfizer, those two are 2 doses, okay? And they're roughly 3 to 4 weeks apart between the first dose and the second dose. Okay, so I have some myths and fact questionnaire here in front of me. You guys ready to listen? um, all right, let's see. What we're gonna do is perhaps maybe raise hand if well, okay, just to see what you think. Uh, Eating garlics prevent the new coronavirus. Have you guys heard of that? It's like a vampire thing, right? um, but so the fact is that they said there is no evidence that eating garlic protects against the virus. This is the one that has been going around recently. Which is a bit of taking extreme measures around COVID-19 is like drinking bleach or spraying your body with alcohol will protect you from the virus. Caitlin, did you want to say something?
Just because you said something about alcohol, I saw something online where old parents will believe if you took a shot of vodka, you just like kill all the COVID like COVID antibodies, so you won't get sick.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that one, but I don't think that was part of what would prevent you from getting COVID-19. But
That was a myth I just saw online.
yeah. So just to go back to this bleach spraying and drinking, it is dangerous, first of all, and it will not prevent coronavirus. Spraying alcohol will not kill germs inside your body, right? So the hand sanitizer that has effective ingredients in there that will prevent you from spreading it and sharing it. So that would kill the virus. Okay, one more, and then, hey, Jean, welcome. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a fun and cute one, but I'm sure people may have it in the back of their mind. You can get coronavirus from your dog or cat. Has anyone heard of that? Just raise your hand. So Diana has and Jamie has. What do you think about that?
I'm thinking maybe like the whole idea behind it was probably not passed by the conventional way with like droplets or airborne. Maybe it's more of if the infected droplets from when an infected person coughs, the droplets lands on the dog and you pet the dog, and I guess that could work. But it's like my dog doesn't go out much.
That is true, huh? It's like, hey, how do you monitor, like, say, if you're walking your dog and if somebody is sick and they're like sneezing and coughing on your dog while they're petting it? So that is like, oh wait, and then you can start to question, right? It's like, hey, did that person, are they sick? And then they may have infected the fur on my dog. but yeah, it's also part of the precaution, right? If you're walking your dog and out there, if the person perhaps may be infectious or something, then you may just kind of want to keep your distance because that's kind of the climate we're in. But yeah, so far there is no evidence that the virus can spread through dogs or cats to human. And I know I have a cat, so when she sneezes, I'm like, ooh, can I get something from her sneeze? Because I'm literally like right in front of her when I'm like petting her.
Yeah, my dog sneezes on me all the time too, especially when he's happy or excited. He just sneezes all over the place. But
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so let's see. Jean, do you want to do a quick introduction, say hi? Just introduce your name and how you're connected to UCC and what your favorite season is and why.
All right. Well, hi, my name is Jean, and I'm from Renaissance High School. I'm connected because I was in the Living with Arts program this past year. And my favorite season, I think it has to be either autumn or winter because that's usually when the most when concerts get announced the most. And it's such a fun season too because the weather's also really very nice. So yeah.
Well, welcome to the group here with Teen Talks COVID-19. So are there any questions so far that you all have been thinking about or just wondering around this, around COVID-19? I don't know if myself, Jamie, or Ronnie can answer these, but if not, we're gonna find out the information and share that in the chat when we post this video, okay? So who here, as you're thinking about that, so who here has been vaccinated? Just raise your hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ronnie and Adelia, I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Let me see. Sorry, I can't see everybody. Okay, I think it's everybody. Sachin, have you been vaccinated yet? I mean, so Tianat?
no, not yet.
Okay, so for those of you that have not yet, this is just a discussion. I mean, is there a fear or perhaps time, or perhaps you just feel like you are taking precautions of not getting it?
I'm just honestly scared of needles. And
That's very honest. Thank you.
no, but also I just have like an autoimmune thing, so I just want to like be fully, healthy before I put stuff in there.
That is true. It's like, when your body's already weak, you just want to make sure you're strong enough to have something else inserted into you, and then to be able to fight that too. Adelia, you had your hand up.
For me, it's kind of a bit of a mix of like time, and also some of my family members are kind of like a little bit wary of it because they're kind of scared of like side effects and stuff like that on certain different people. So they're just trying to like be fully sure before we all get vaccinated. And so yeah.
Okay. So then this would lead me to my other questions. So for those vaccinated, can you share your experience with how it felt? And what did it do to you physically? Let's go with Lemon and then Caitlin and Jean.
So for me, both times I didn't even feel the needle going in. And I'm also really scared of like needles and shots, but I didn't even feel it go in, so like it was fine. It was just like a second. And for side effects, the first time I got it, I couldn't move my arm for a day. I had to like cancel my cello lesson because I could not move my arm. And that was about it for the first shot. The second shot, I had a really like light fever for like a day. I just like stayed home and watched movies, which was nice. But like after that, like it was fine. Like there wasn't any major side effects for me.
Caitlin, go ahead.
For me, I just say this as a flex because all our friends got knocked out like from the vaccine, like they immediately went to sleep. I honestly didn't feel anything, like nothing happened to me. Like I got a shot, I did not feel tired the next day. Honestly, I think you just gotta go in the mindset of nothing's gonna happen to me.
So positive. Jean, you want to go?
Sure. So the first vaccine was honestly the worst one for me. Like maybe 3 hours after it, I just had really bad back pain, oddly, like really bad. I couldn't walk, so I ended up sleeping for about 12 hours, just sleeping it off. And usually I sleep for about 8, but I just knocked out for like a long time. And then the second vaccine for me, um, I after I got the vaccine, I went to my friend's house, and she has a puppy Australian Shepherd, very very cute dog, but very hyperactive dog. So that little puppy kept on knocking my arm where I got the vaccine, and that was not a fun experience. But other than that, the second vaccine did not do much for me, and I'm afraid of needles too. So um, I couldn't feel them. Like I felt it a little, but then I think that may have just been my mind overreacting. But it was an easy shot to get.
Anyone else that had been vaccinated and want to share their experience either with the first dose or the second one? Savannah.
So the first time I got vaccinated was the worst of the two. Basically, my arm was hurting, but that was because I didn't move my arm, and I should have. Because they suggest that you move your arm like this and that you lift it up and down and stuff like that, but I didn't do that. And I knocked out for like the whole day. I must have knocked out for like 12 hours because when I woke up it was like day already, and I thought I had slept for like an hour or something, but no, I had slept through the whole day. And then the second time I didn't feel anything, and yeah, you don't feel the needle, which is weird. I'm not afraid of needles, so it was just normal.
How about you, Jamie? What was your experience?
Yeah, so I got Moderna for both shots, and for my first shot, I basically only had a sore arm. That was about it. So I was like, all right, this is gonna be fine. And then the second shot was a little bit worse. So I was prepared for the sore arm, so I like moved it around a lot, so it wasn't as sore anymore. But I did end up getting a headache, and I think I think I was just really fatigued. So I was pretty tired. Did spend the day kind of resting instead. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But I was a little surprised to see the difference between like with my first shot, it was like absolutely nothing happened. And then with the second shot, it was when more symptoms hit. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, for me, the first one, it made me a little dizzy, but I was a little bit like kind of flu-like symptom for about 3 days. And my arm was sore for about 5 days, just like the spot. And like, when I bump into the wall, it would be like, ooh, that still hurts. um, but then I was just a little bit more cautious with it. But I did not feel the needle going in though, because I'm afraid of needle too, Ronnie. So, and then when I look at the thing, I'm like, and the guy goes, I'm actually really good. The nurse that did it. And I was like, wow. And I said, you're right. You are really good. It's like, I didn't even feel it go in. And then the second one I didn't even feel anything. And physically, the only thing I felt was there was like no side effects besides the sore arm. And I didn't have the sickness feeling like I did with the first dose. Yeah. Yeah, Caitlin?
Can I just tell a funny story real fast?
Sure, we love stories.
So when I got my vaccine, I was really scared of the needle, and the nurse saw that. So she went, if you do good while I'm giving you the shot, I'll give you a sticker. And I was like, yes, I get a sticker. And then she was like, okay, you're done. She didn't give me a sticker. I was so upset about that. I was waiting for a sticker. She did not give me a sticker.
Wait, what does that mean? Is that a catfish
That was
thing?
the story. She was like, "I'll give you a sticker if you get your vaccine." And you're like, you just sit there, and I just sat there, and she did not give me a sticker afterwards.
Yeah,
Like she
yeah,
was already
yeah.
done. She didn't give me a sticker. I got played.
You got played, yes. But I guess it's part of their strategy, how to make you feel okay, because you're already there, like, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So Jamie wants to give you a sticker. We have plenty of stickers, so we can double their stickers.
For me, when I got the first vaccine, I got a sticker, like one of the stickers that's like, oh, I'm vaccinated. And the second time, I didn't get a sticker. And I was so mad that I didn't get a sticker the second time.
Yeah, anyone else want to share before we move on to another topic? And we're probably going to close it out soon here. Yeah, Savannah says, shame on that nurse that said that to you.
I have like another thing. So when I got my first vaccine, I brought my Harry Styles doll with me, and the person who gave me the vaccine was like all talking about how much she loved my doll, and it just really distracted me from the needle. And afterwards, she like pantomimed like a little, like giving like my little doll a shot. So my doll's like half vaccinated, and yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, for me, whatever you guys need to do to distract yourself, you know, whether it's going to the dentist or to a doctor, your regular doctor, where they have to do something that's, you know, onto your body. Like, for example, for me, when I go to a dentist, if I know they're gonna drill my teeth, I pinch another part of my arm just to make sure like I equal that pain. Um, but that's just a strategy that I do just to get me through that process. So, but yeah, bring a puppy, bring a teddy bear. I mean, if they allow a puppy in there. So just looking at the time, we are 11:50. And Jamie, Ronnie, I know we're gonna get to Ronnie's survey question at the end. Jamie, do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't have much to add, just that if you guys have any questions about like COVID-19 and how to like get any resources, it's definitely like you can always come to us. And then also there are resources on the CDC website. So if you just need vaccination, like places to where to get vaccinated, maybe just if you have questions regarding like the vaccines or any myths about it, we can always talk about it. It's on the CDC website, and then it'll be informed. So we do have a COVID-19 hotline at UCC. So if you guys do have any questions about it or know anyone that has questions about it, you can refer to the number. So the COVID-19 hotline is 562-661-8901. And then let me write that in the chat box as well, so you guys have that. Okay, or COVID-19 hotline. And then the hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. I believe it's Monday through Fridays, or is there a Saturday as well?
Yeah, just to be safe, call Monday through Friday, because we have folks working remotely. Thanks, Jamie, for that. Great information to have. Yeah, at UCC, we're trying to get communities connections to COVID-19 resources and place to do the vaccine. In fact, today I was driving down over here by the Marina Park. They have the Long Beach Health Department has a pop-up vaccine shot. I was like, ooh, I was gonna go and take a picture of them, but I was like in a hurry. Any other last comments from you all about this topic today, COVID-19 and the Delta variant? Like Jamie mentioned, we're gonna paste the resources and the location to go get tested and the vaccine sites in the chat. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's go around as a closing. Perhaps let's do one word around our topic. So let's see. I'll go first. My one word from today was fun. Fun topic. I'll popcorn to Caitlin.
I would say, I'd probably say entry are fun too. Pretty fun.
You want to popcorn next person?
Can I popcorn to Ronnie?
Needles. And I'll popcorn Savannah.
I'll say enjoyable. And then I'll popcorn to Lemon.
I'd say educate, and I'll popcorn to Jean.
I would say epic, and I'll popcorn to Savannah.
Oh, I went already.
Oh, we didn't hear you, Jean. Who did you?
I'll popcorn to Dahlia.
My word would be informative, and I'll popcorn to Sachin.
I think this was interesting, intriguing, etc. Oh yeah, okay, and then I'll popcorn over to Latina.
My one word would probably be educational.
And last but not least, Jamie.
You guys took all my words, but I was gonna say it was pretty educational or informative as well.
Cool. I think that's everyone. I want to thank you all for your time and your honesty here and your willingness to be open in discussion and learn this, because I know there's a lot of information out there, and whether you're vaccinated or still thinking about it, I hope you get the correct information that is safe for you and for your family. So then that way, the bottom line is I just want everyone here and your family to be safe and healthy. Okay. Ronnie, yes?
Just a survey. I kind of gave a brief description of it. Jean, you were just the only one not here, but simple 10 questions, all subjective. Please don't worry about your grammar. Don't worry about anything other than answering truthfully. I just sent the link to everyone. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys next.
Okay, cool. Yes, the link is there. I'm gonna stop the recording now. So we'll say goodbye, but don't log off. Thank you all. Can we do a wave? A wave? Sorry, that was kind of like my prompt. All right, cool. All right, I'll stop.